now we have the report from DHS on right-wing extremists. You will see in this report why I didn't run to get this on the air, because this report is extremist. This report will show you the things to come. It is phenomenal that this is a government document. The the Department of Homeland Security is warning law enforcement officials about a rise in right-wing extremist activity, saying the economic recession, the election of America's first black president, and the return of a few disgruntled war veterans could swell the ranks of white power militias. Okay, let's just make sure that we understand this. The economic recession, the election of Barack Obama, the first black president, and a few disgruntled war veterans would swell the ranks of white power militias. Okay. Who doesn't have a healthy understanding or fear of white power militias? Is there anybody within the sound of my voice that say, well, they probably are. They're everywhere, aren't they? Look at them. A footnote attached to the report of the Homeland Security Office of Intelligence and Analysts defines right-wing extremism in the United States as not just including racist hate groups, but also, see if you fit into this category, any group that rejects federal authority in favor of state and local authority. Wow, it's a good thing that our founding fathers got out of Philadelphia. Otherwise, they'd be an enemy of the state. That's what we were founded on. I guess that makes Rick Perry an extremist. Now the governor of Texas, who came out and said, you know what? The states don't answer to the government. The federal government has no right to jam things down our throat and try to go around the governor and to the legislature and force us to take money and programs, et cetera, that we don't want. You're an extremist if you believe that federal authority should not be subservient to state or local authority. It may include groups or individuals that are dedicated to the single issue, such as opposition to abortion or immigration. So if you are against immigration or abortion, they're now watching you because you might be an extremist. Really? See, I think if I'm against abortion, that's just a political point of view. If I'm loading up a gun and I'm going to shoot abortion doctors in the head, then yes, I should not only be watched, I should be jailed. But I think there's a call me crazy. What do I know? What did the Los Angeles Times say? That everybody who goes to these tea parties is insane? Thank you. So what do I know? I'm not just stupid now. I'm insane. I think there's a difference between being anti-abortion and killing abortion doctors. Fine line, I know. I also think there's a difference between being against immigration and being against illegal immigration. But even being against immigration doesn't make you a killer or a threat to our country. It just makes you wrong. The White House has distanced itself from this report. Why? Why? Take a stand. You either agree with this or you don't. You don't distance yourself from it. It's either right or not. Right-wing extremists will attempt to recruit and radicalize returning veterans in order to exploit their skills and knowledge derived from military training and combat. It's amazing. It is amazing, amazing, amazing on how quickly they move to discredit you, how quickly they move to make sure that you're marginalized. We're the extremists. Let me just see if I have this right. We're the extremists. George W. Bush and Barack Obama spent or put us on the hook for $12.8 trillion. I think that's wrong, but I'm the extremist. Cap and trade is going through now in Washington. There's no plan. There's no document that says who pays the taxes, where the money goes. I think if you're going to do it, we should have the debate and there should be a plan. But that makes me the extremist. States are looking now to apply retroactive taxes. Money that you've already earned, you've already paid taxes on. They're going back in time with the flux capacitor to take more money, but I'm the extremist. They vilify the AIG executives with, did you hear the report that came out yesterday or the day before? No laws were broken. No laws were broken. These people were working for $1. Their salary came in the form of a bonus. They weren't the people that caused the problem. The president and Congress, they vilified these people. We had 2 attorney generals go and take their names and say we're going to release them to the media. They were afraid for their lives and the lives of their children because they went out and said, we'll expose you for what you are. And what they are is just people who did their job as they asked and lived up to the requirement of their contract. There were no laws broken. I'm against this mob rule, and yet I'm the extremist? Bush and his cronies sat down with all the banks early on and said, you're going to take this offer. Obama has done the same thing. The banks, GM, everybody else, we don't want it. They take over the banks. They take over the car manufacturers, the insurance companies. They spend our money. They go bankrupt anyway, and yet I'm the extremist. The politicians in the House and the Senate stuff $20 billion in pork and earmarks into spending bills when we have to beg the Chinese to loan us money. And I'm the extremist. Supreme Court Justice David Koh, who's going to help run the State Department, he talks about transnationalism and by definition a diminished role for the Constitution, and yet I'm the extremist. Politicians openly talk about the fairness doctrine and its ugly twin localism by curtailing my free speech, but I'm the extremist. Unions and big labor politicians want to take away the rights to a secret ballot, the fundamental principle this country was founded on, and yet I'm the extremist. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in the Republic. I believe in our founding fathers. I believe in the American people. I believe we can conquer anything when we put our minds and our talents together as free people. When did believing those things make you an extremist in this country? When you can't make a case and attack the message, you've got to go after the messenger. At first, it was Rush Limbaugh. Then it was anybody on talk radio. Now it's you.